This season of SAO, these last 24, 23, however many episodes, just keep getting better and better. So, in this episode, I remember in my last few, I mentioned some concerns that I wasn't sure if they would be able to tie in the storyline that kind of got started with the Gun Gale stuff, where we had that person overlooking the battle between Sinan's group and those random guys, and they hinted another battle of bullets. I don't know if we'll get the battle of bullets, but it was good to see that guy that was looking over the battle came and apparently killed Sinon in the game one night, and revealed that he was the person that led the raid on the ocean turtle. And guess what happens when the government from any country gets involved? So it's pretty cool to see them touching on World War politics, in the sense that if you have any kind of technology that could be used to further development of a government's power standing in the world, they will try their damnedest to take advantage of that. And we see that here with the NSA coming to try and get this guy's help. I forget what his name was. I'll have to go revisit that. But trying to get his help to get the Alice program technology, and because apparently they can duplicate souls as well as extract them from the game or put them into the game. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. I'm just sensing some kind of really big event that's going to be taking place outside of the game. That's going to be something. Some kind of like dot hack sign-esque events, but bigger and more grand, I imagine. It's I just hope it's not too crazy, like Digimon, that would be cool. But sorry about that. But let's leave that Digimon. But I think we're gonna get something in that vein of some artificial intelligence being manifest in the world. Like we've been hinted that there will be a use of these Fluctlight souls being duplicated into an army. So we'll see where that goes. We also, I know I mentioned that this was going to happen in my last video, and I know the fandom has been hoping for this ever since Kirito first went in. But it's official. Asuna is going in. Oh, I'm so freaking hyped, dude. That Asuna X Alice gonna go down. That's gonna lead to I'm sure a myriad of fanfics that I will leave to your imagination. But I'm gonna be hyped to see what happens. But oh man, they just had to tease us with what class Asuna's gonna get. Personally, just from the list they showed us, unless I just completely overlooked something, I think she's probably gonna go with a noble, because that seems like the class that would most likely use Asuna's fighting style of like a long, slim sword, fast movements. But also, it seems like it would be the easiest for her to utilize in terms of trying to find someone. But just hyped to see. It'll be really interesting. I'm super hyped our girls getting in there, man. And on that same note, Yui telling Klein and Silica and Sinon and everyone that they have some kind of plan where they will need their help later on. It's got me really hyped. I'm super, super excited to see all the gang back together in game. I don't know if that'll happen. There will probably more something outside. I'll make the dot hack reference again. When you played the video games and you had the liminality disc and you got to see what the real world characters were doing outside of the game to fix the events that were being caused in game, it's probably gonna be something like that where the Flux lights are somehow coming into the real world and they have to deal with it. But I would love to see my girl Silica and Xenon get in there into the real game and see what they could do. That would be really cool. But no, I'm not gonna elaborate on that. But probably to me the most interesting and the part with the biggest implications is that, again, I forget their names, but the lady that came in and talked to the ruler, or the supposed ruler, but he's one of the head guys, about brokering a peace with the human empire. First of all, it was surprising to see real legitimate humans up there in the dark territory. And then to hear that one of the leaders is wanting to offer peace now that he knows that the Pontifex is dead. That just further shows how much of a lying sack of garbage that Queenella was. And that kind of makes me want to ask that whoever programmed the game, Wrath or whatever, if they had some kind of plan with Quinella, that they put it in her to go rogue and kind of like Agent Smithish from the Matrix, where she wants to get out. I wonder if that was pre-planned, if the Kayaba had anything to do with that, or somebody else. I I think there's even higher levels of secrecy going on here than just the government and the Wrath organization. But yeah, that to me was the biggest surprise, that there's actual decent people in the Dark Territory. I mean, kind of hinted at or kind of stated that those just monsters and goblins and stuff over there. I was expecting it to be some kind of like orc, demon king kind of things going on, but no, and that's really cool. I like that, and it's cool to see that the guy's like, I don't like Broccoli, but at least he'll talk to me, because we know that Broccoli will certainly sit down and have a serious discussion about peace if he thinks it can be brokered. But then mentioning this Council of 10, who is this? I thought the Axiom, the Pontifex was the end all be all, but apparently there's another power system in play too, and it seems like they're kind of like senators. They represent each different race or something, and then this mage lady who that ruler guy said discovered the secret to the Pontifex's immortality. That's going to be a very interesting thing to see unfold. But they connected my concern from last episode, how we're going to tie Gun Gale stuff into this, and now they're laying this groundwork for a lot more stuff. So I'm like, you give like 23 more episodes. I don't know if this is enough. I need more. This is freaking hype. But I did some more research, and apparently there's a couple more light novels after Underworld called Moon's Cradle. I didn't really get to see much of it, but I don't know if they're like retellings of previous events, like what happened with Progressive, or if it's an actual sequel. I'm hoping for the latter, because that just means more sword art. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm gonna keep viewing this as the final season until I know something concrete. But yeah. Then our episode ends with this guy that the NSA recruited, and he led the attack on Wrath. Him and, I'm assuming it's his right-hand man, were in the game as a level 70 Dark Knight. And this Emperor guy. And you know, like, it didn't show his levels, but you know he's going to be like Kaiba was in the original Aincrad arc. Stupidly ridiculous, OP, next to unbeatable. And it really, it does kind of suck in a way that we see some people that are willing to fight for peace, and now it's going to be taken away, just like that. I think this is definitely a parallel to Quinella and Broccoli, how she just wanted control of everything, and use their souls so she could escape. And Broccoli wanted, honestly, just to have peace. And we have this guy that wants peace, and we have these two new assholes that are definitely not going to allow that to happen. And then we have the threat of the border being eroded during the final load test. So there's about to be some massive fights going down. I think this is where shit's going to get real dark, and we're going to see SAO at some huge levels of hype again. But yeah, it's a great episode. It's getting better and better. Quick recap. We got the guy that was watching about from Gun Gale. Turns out he's working with the United States government. They're wanting to get their hands on that technology because that's what governments do, douchebags. Austin's logging in. We got two new assholes logging in here, super high level. Turns out there's another lady that could become as powerful as the Pontifex. The border's about to crack, and there's about to be a huge war. Things are about to get real. Oh, I'll see you in the next one.